Senator Kennedy, the article that you are referring to
Have you ever gone
written...
to a protest while you were a sitting judge?
I do not believe that I have ever attended a protest as a sitting judge, or perhaps ever in my life.
Welcome back to Hot News Today, where I break down the most explosive moments straight from Capitol Hill. Today's episode, it was brutal. Senator John Kennedy unleashed a merciless grilling on a judicial nominee, probing their honesty, past writings, and political biases. It was tense, uncomfortable, and downright shocking. Before I dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You don't want to miss the fiery moments I uncover every single day.
Thank you, Senator Butler. Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Judge Wise, you're not being honest with us, are you?
That is incorrect.
Well, we all may be poorer under President Biden, but we're not stupid. We have a long list of your articles and your opinions and your political statements. On March 8, 2017, you wrote an article for Time magazine while you were a sitting judge. It's entitled, Judge, Gender Laws Are at Odds with Science. I'm going to quote your words. When legislators blur the lines of church and state and enact laws that permit or prohibit conduct based on biological gender as only male or female, they place an impossible burden on the judiciary. End quote. Did I read that accurately?
I do not know because I don't have the article in front of me.
Well, I do.
Let's start with the confrontation. Kennedy didn't waste a second. He looked the nominee in the eye and said, "You're not being honest with us, are you?" The nominee shot back, "That is incorrect." But Kennedy wasn't backing down. With his signature drawl, he fired back. "Well, we may all be poor under President Biden, but we're not stupid. This wasn't going to be a polite Q&A. It was a showdown." Kennedy began citing the nominee's past writings. A masterclass in political cross-examination was underway. He pulled out an article from Time magazine, read aloud, "When legislators blur the lines of church and state, they place an impossible burden on the judiciary," then added, "Sex has countless natural permutations." "Did I read that correctly?" he asked. The nominee responded cautiously, "I do not know because I don't have the article in front of me," but Kennedy did, and that was just the start.
You also said in that article, quote, your words, not mine, "Sex has countless natural permutations," end quote. Did I read that correctly?
I believe that is consistent with medical science and under the Daubert standard, the science that comes in as expert testimony in trials.
On October 13, 2020, while you were serving as a state judge, you wrote an article for The Atlantic entitled, quote, your words, not mine, "America's judiciary doesn't look like America." And you criticized this committee and President Trump for his judicial nominees. You said, quote, these are your words, not mine. "The judiciary crafted over the past 4 years does not look like America. Not one of these judges is black, and more than 90% were raised or currently identify as Christians." I don't know how you knew that. And then you say, quote, your words, not mine, "Identity is the lens that filters everything and everyone we encounter," end quote. Did I read that correctly?
Again, I don't know because I don't have the article in front of me.
I got it right here. You wrote another article on July 31, 2020 for the San Francisco Daily Journal, in which you advocate for the right of sitting judges to be able to go to protests, didn't you?
That is incorrect.
No, it's not. I'm looking at it right here.
He moved to an article from The Atlantic criticizing the Trump administration. Kennedy read slowly, "Not one of these judges is black, and more than 90% were raised Christian." The nominee said they couldn't recall. Tension was thick. If you're just joining, like this video to see more raw political moments like this. Kennedy wasn't finished. Citing another article from the San Francisco Daily Journal, he asked, "If you become a federal judge, are you going to go to protests?" The nominee hesitated. "I would like to answer the substance of your question." Kennedy sharply, "I'd like you to answer mine."
This is what you say. No judge should be ethical. Your words, not mine. You just said you didn't say them. You turned these articles over. no judge should be ethically constrained from speaking or taking action that reinforces that constitutional and moral imperative. May judges participate in demonstrations that denounce racism, support equal justice, and reinforce our constitutional rights to free speech and peaceable assembly? Yes, end quote. Did I read that correctly?
I don't know because I don't have the article in front of me.
If you're a federal judge, are you going to go to protests?
I would like to answer the substance of the underlying question that was asked.
I'd like you to answer my question. I've only got another minute or so. If you're a federal, let me put it another way. Have you ever gone to a protest, a public protest, while you're a sitting judge?
After pressing, the nominee finally said, "I do not believe that I have ever attended a protest as a sitting judge, or perhaps ever in my life." The room went silent.
Senator Kennedy, the article that you are referring to
Have you ever
was
gone
written...
to a protest while you're a sitting judge?
I do not believe that I have ever attended a protest as a sitting judge, or perhaps ever in my life.
And you talk about Girls Inc. You say you've never heard of them. You were on the, or you don't know that much about them. You were on the board from 2014 to 2024. You're still on their board, aren't you?
I'm not. My term expired this last month.
And you've given them over $50,000, haven't you?
I do not believe that is correct.
That's what your report says.
Then came the twist. Kennedy mentioned Girls Inc., an organization the nominee reportedly served on. "You've given them over $50,000, Kennedy stated. The nominee denied it. "I do not believe that is correct." Kennedy, that's what your report says. It was a revealing exchange.
And this is the same Girls Inc. that says, quote, on its website, here's how they define girls. Quote, "Girls refers to gender-expansive youth, cis girls, trans girls, non-binary youth, gender and non-conforming youth, genderqueer youth, and any girl-identified youth." Did I read that correctly?
I don't know. I've never heard of that policy or that definition
You
from
never heard
Girls
of it.
Inc.
Listen, in spite of your, can I just have 30 more seconds? In spite of your strongly held political beliefs, and we've got all of them, all your articles, they're as long as King Kong's are you telling us today, do you believe that you will not allow your strongly held political beliefs to influence your judicial opinions? Do you believe that?
The best evidence of the type of federal judge I will be,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
type of
Do you
judge,
believe that? Do you believe that?
is the type of judge I have been for 10 years, who is one who always puts the law above my personal
Do you
views.
also believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe in the Tooth Fairy?
Your time has expired, Senator.
Do you believe Jimmy Hoffa died of natural causes?
Senator Hirono.
What do you think? Was Kennedy exposing bias or crossing the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and smash that like button if you think Congress needs more tough questioning like this. Subscribe to Hot News Today for your daily dose of unfiltered political reality. Until next time, stay informed, stay alert, and stay tuned to Hot News Today.